not right. That's not right at all. Ah, you're back. Good timing, too. Today I brought my AR15 Bolt Carrier Group, and she is filthy. You know, some light maintenance on your AR15 Bolt Carrier Group can go a long way. It improves the longevity and reliability of your rifle. Why don't you come take a closer look with me and I'll tell you how to service your AR15 Bolt Carrier Group. Alright, here we have our standard mil-spec Bolt Carrier Group. Let's break this bad boy down and reference each part by its correct nomenclature. To break this down, I'm just going to use a simple punch, but you can use anything. First, we're going to remove the firing pin retaining pin, which is right here. So pull that out, place that to the side, and give a little tap, and your firing pin should fall right out. There's your firing pin. Next, we're going to take out the AR15 cam pin, as you see right there. To take this out, you need to twist it to the side, push your bolt down, and just pull the cam pin right on out. There it is. After you've done that, your bolt should come right out of the carrier. Alright, let's give the components a good wipe down. For that, I'm just going to use a simple shop towel. Wipe down everything. Get all that carbon off. And if you've properly lubed your Bolt Carrier Group to begin with, this should be a relatively easy process. That grime should come right off. Nice wipe down. This is where your brush will come in, just to give it a good scrub. Get that bolt face. Make sure there's good retention still on your extractor there, and there is. You don't want that wiggling around too easily. And as you can see here, these gas rings here, these metal gas rings, these are very important, and we'll come back to that after we have our bolt carrier put together. But there's a test we can do to see if these are still reliable. And if they're not reliable, they'll have to be replaced, or they definitely should be replaced. Scrub it all down. All right, we got a lot of that excess carbon off. And remember, this isn't a detailed cleaning. This is just a maintenance cleaning. We are simply wiping everything down and reapplying lubrication. And today we'll be doing that with Seal 1. Wipe down. Cam pin is wiped down. And your firing pin, retaining pin doesn't need to be really wiped down. It's just a pin that holds your firing pin in, so that's okay. Let's reapply some lubrication with Seal 1. It's a CLP, non-toxic. And this is a grease base. So it's not real runny. It's going to really stick that Bolt Carrier Group and not run off of it. Just put a little bit on my finger. And give this bolt a good coating. Nice, good coating. I like to run my Bolt Carrier Groups in the condition they would call wet. Some people don't like this because it picks up dirt, but I'm not exactly in Afghanistan or Iraq, so for the range, I just want it nice and lubricated and slick. I'm not worried about it picking up dirt. I can always clean it. Not in a real sandy environment. Taking my carrier, this is just the carrier. Give it a good old coating. Alright, a little maintenance check. We're going to check the gas key. This should be staked on your bolt carrier group. You'll see the stake marks right there so those screws don't back out. You just want to give a little tug on that, make sure that's still tight and not wiggling around. You want that to be locked in solid. So this one's still good, it's not wiggling at all. Okay, let's slide our bolt carrier group back in, or I'm sorry, our bolt back into the carrier to make a bolt carrier group. Give it a good pop. We're going to take our cam pin, stick that back in the little hole. And there's two holes on this bolt. You want to choose the larger one, so that slides right in there. Give it a good twist. Pull your bolt out from the carrier. This is going to help you slide that firing pin back in there. Alright, that firing pin back in there. Now, you just need to reinsert the retaining pin for the firing pin. And that just slides right in there, that little hole. There we go. We have a lubricated bolt carrier group. Now remember those gas rings, those metal gas rings? There was 3 of them on the bolt. We need to check to see if they're still reliable. So what you do is you stand your bolt carrier group on its face of the bolt, and we want to see if it'll stand under its own weight. And it does. If those rings weren't good, if they needed to be switched out, the bolt carrier group would just flop right down like that under its own weight. But this one, standing on its by itself, is fine. So those gas rings are still good, still serviceable, and this bolt carrier group is ready to go right back in the rifle. Bolt carrier groups are the heart of your rifle, so treat them right. A little time and CLP can do wonders. My name's Ben, and I thank you for joining me on this episode of The Bench. I don't know how anyone plays this thing, just don't know how they do it.